with the leads. We also submit that SAP 83A, and then it's up to the Forensic Science Laboratory to destroy the narcotics that was seized.
And generally, what is the period that we're talking about where you don't have a criminal criminal prosecutions that follow the seizure?
Commissioners, it's very difficult to answer that question because it's being dealt with on a case-by-case scenario. So each case merits will determine how long it takes to complete the investigation. I think it goes back to proper command and control at unit level that will ensure that investigations are completed timeously so that it can be driven to its logical conclusion, whether it is towards a criminal matter or whether the inquiry is then closed.
Just explain the difference between the criminal matter and the inquiry process. You seem to make a distinction between the two.
Commissioners, both methods are legitimate manners of investigation. Obviously, a case docket is not necessarily always court-ready, but in investigations that needs further investigation before we will move towards to arrest accused and to prosecute them. It's better to investigate it in an inquiry and then complete the investigation, then convert it into a case docket and submit it for decision, or to secure then arrests and place it before court.
Thank you, General. And then paragraph 39.
Before you go to 39, typically what happens where there's a seizure, but there's no identified owners or recipients of that consignment. What happens? Is there an investigation, an inquiry, and in that process, what happens to the point where a decision is made to destroy those drugs?
Yeah, Commissioners, in practice, those type of matters are dealt with predominantly under inquiries. The same processes needs to be followed. The exhibits must still find its way to FSL, where it's examined. You obtain your report from the experts. It's placed in the inquiry, obviously based on the merits, whether somebody or the consignment can be attributed to a